Stop for a moment, because what looks like just a small copper coin could actually be a hidden piece of history that collectors are quietly searching for. And some of these pennies have sold for thousands of dollars.
And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive into the 1920 wheat penny, a small coin that carries a surprisingly big story. By now, you understand that what may look like an ordinary penny could actually hold historical significance, hidden details, and in rare cases, remarkable value that most people never expect. If you made it this far, take a moment to go check your old coins, coin jars, or family collections, because coins like this are often hiding in plain sight. You never really know what's sitting in your hands until you take a closer look. If you found this video helpful or even a little eye-opening, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future discoveries like this. We'll continue uncovering more rare coins, hidden treasures, and valuable finds that could be closer to you than you think. And remember, sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest surprises. Before you go, take one last look at the coins you often ignore. Because as you've seen today, something as simple as a penny can turn into a life-changing discovery when rarity, condition, and timing come together. The 1920 wheat penny is more than just money. It's a piece of history that continues to surprise collectors around the world. If you enjoyed this journey, stay connected with us for more hidden coin stories, rare finds, and valuable insights that can help you spot treasures others might miss. Don't forget to subscribe, stay curious, and keep exploring because the next valuable coin might already be in your possession without you even realizing it. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world because what looks like an ordinary 1948 wheat penny in your pocket could actually be a quiet survivor of history, and in certain rare conditions, a surprisingly valuable collectible that many people completely overlook. Imagine holding a small copper coin minted more than 7 decades ago, a coin that passed through a rapidly changing post-war America, a coin that witnessed the beginning of a new era, and yet still exists today, waiting to be rediscovered in someone's drawer, coin jar, or old collection. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world. But to truly understand its importance, we need to step back into the year 1948. The world had just emerged from the aftermath of World War II, and the United States was experiencing a period of economic growth, industrial expansion, and cultural transformation. People were rebuilding their lives. Families were growing, and everyday currency like the wheat penny played a vital role in daily transactions. Coins were not just money. They were part of the rhythm of life, passing from hand to hand in markets, stores, and homes across the country. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world. Because the 1948 wheat penny belongs to the iconic Lincoln Cent series, one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. On the obverse side, you'll see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, whose legacy of leadership and unity continues to be honored through this coin. The design, created by Victor David Brenner, features Lincoln's profile facing right, with sharp details that, in well-preserved examples, still show the fine lines of his hair, the contours of his face, and the dignity of his expression. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because the reverse side carries the classic wheat ears design that defined the Lincoln Cent for decades. 2 stalks of wheat curved along the sides of the coin, framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. Above them sits the phrase, E pluribus unum, a reminder of unity and strength. This simple yet elegant design is what gives the coin its popular name, the wheat penny, and it remains one of the most beloved designs among collectors today. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because the 1948 wheat penny was minted in large quantities, primarily at the Philadelphia Mint, as well as the Denver and San Francisco mints, which can be identified by small mint marks on the coin. A D indicates Denver, an S indicates San Francisco, and no mint mark typically means Philadelphia. While millions of these coins are produced, not all have survived in the same condition, and that's where the real story begins. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because condition plays a critical role in determining its value. Most 1948 wheat pennies that were used in circulation show signs of wear, including flattened details, scratches, or discoloration. These common examples are typically modest in value. However, coins that have been carefully preserved, especially those that remain uncirculated with strong luster and sharp details, are far more desirable to collectors. The difference between a worn coin and a high-grade specimen can be dramatic both visually and financially. If you have this coin, you're the luckiest person in this world, because collectors often look for specific features that indicate quality. A well-preserved 1948 wheat penny will show crisp details in Lincoln's hair, clear wheat lines on the reverse, and a smooth, attractive copper surface. Over time, copper coins naturally develop a patina, which can range from bright red to deep brown. Coins that retain much of their original red color are often considered more appealing and can command higher interest among collectors. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because certain varieties and errors can significantly increase its value. While the 1948 wheat penny is not known for major rare varieties, mint errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet issues can make specific examples stand out. These errors occur during the minting process and result in coins that differ slightly from standard issues. For collectors, these imperfections are not flaws. They are unique characteristics that make a coin more collectible and, in some cases, more valuable. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because the market for wheat pennies continues to attract both beginners and experienced collectors. Many people start their coin collecting journey with wheat pennies because they are relatively accessible, historically rich, and still available in collections and estate finds. The 1948 wheat penny, in particular, represents the later years of the wheat cent series, which ended in 1958 when the design transitioned to the Lincoln Memorial reverse. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because its historical context adds to its appeal. This coin was minted during a time when the United States was entering a period of prosperity, technological advancement, and cultural change. It circulated alongside early automobiles becoming more common, television beginning to emerge, and families settling into post-war suburban life. Holding this coin is like holding a small piece of that era, a tangible connection to a time that shaped the modern world. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world. Because even though millions were minted, the number of well-preserved examples today is far smaller. Over time, coins are lost, damaged, or simply worn down through everyday use. This natural attrition means that high-quality specimens become increasingly difficult to find, which is why collectors are always on the lookout for coins in excellent condition. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because proper identification and evaluation can make a difference in understanding its true worth. Many people unknowingly overlook details, such as mint marks, strike quality, or surface condition. Taking a closer look with proper lighting and, if possible, a magnifying tool can reveal features that are not immediately visible to the naked eye. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because while most circulated 1948 wheat pennies may only have modest value, exceptional uncirculated examples or coins with rare errors can reach significantly higher prices in a collector's market. In some cases, high-grade specimens with strong eye appeal and original surfaces have attracted serious attention from collectors and dealers willing to pay a premium. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because what may seem like a simple penny could actually be a carefully preserved artifact from a defining era in American history. It represents not just monetary value, but also historical significance, design artistry, and enduring legacy of one of the most recognizable coin series ever produced. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because now you understand that it deserves a second look. Whether it's sitting in an old collection hidden in a jar or passed down through family, the 1948 wheat penny is more than just spare change. It's a piece of the past that continues to capture the curiosity of collectors around the world. And as we reach the end, remember this: the true value of a coin is not always obvious at first glance. Sometimes it takes knowledge, attention, and curiosity to uncover what's really there. So before you move on, take a moment. Because the next time you come across a simple penny, it might just be worth far more than 1 cent before you go. Take a moment to look at the coins you've been ignoring all this time. Because as we've seen today, even something as common as a 1948 wheat penny can carry history, hidden details, and in the right condition, real collector value that most people never expect. What may seem ordinary at first glance could actually be a piece of the past worth keeping, preserving, and even reevaluating more carefully. The key is knowing what to look for and understanding that condition, mint mark, and small details can make a big difference. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more hidden coin discoveries and valuable insights like this. Keep checking your collections, stay curious, and never underestimate what might be sitting right in front of you, because the next valuable find could already be in your hands. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because what may appear to be a simple 1936 wheat penny could actually be a fascinating piece of American history, and in certain conditions, a surprisingly valuable collectible that many people overlook without a second thought. Imagine holding a small copper coin that survived nearly a century, passing to the hands of countless individuals during a time when the world was still recovering from economic hardship, moving toward change, and unknowingly shaping the future we live in today. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world. But to truly understand its significance, we need to go back to the year 1936. This was a period during the Great Depression in the United States, a time when millions of people were facing financial struggle, unemployment, and uncertainty. Everyday coins like the wheat penny were essential for survival, used for basic transactions such as food, supplies, and transportation. The 1936 wheat penny wasn't just a coin, it was part of daily life, circulating through a nation that was slowly rebuilding its economy and morale. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because the 1936 wheat penny belongs to the famous Lincoln cent series, which has been one of the most enduring coin designs in U.S. history. On the obverse side, you'll find the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, whose legacy symbolizes unity, leadership, and perseverance. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's profile is detailed and dignified, and on well-preserved coins, you can still observe fine features such as the texture of his hair, the structure of his face, and the clarity of the engraving that has stood the test of time. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because the reverse side features the iconic wheat ears design that gave these coins their nickname. 2 wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, while the phrase E pluribus unum sits above, representing unity among the states. This simple yet elegant design was used for decades, making wheat pennies one of the most recognizable coin types among collectors and enthusiasts. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because the 1936 wheat penny was minted in large numbers at multiple U.S. mint facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia typically have no mint mark, while Denver coins carry a small D, and San Francisco coins are marked with an S. These mint marks are small but important details that help collectors identify the origin of the coin and assess its potential rarity and value. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because although millions of 1936 wheat pennies were produced, not all of them have survived in good condition. Over time, circulation naturally wears down coins, causing details to fade and surfaces to become scratched or dull. As a result, coins that remain in excellent condition today are much harder to find and are more attractive to collectors who value sharp details, original luster, and minimal signs of wear. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because condition plays a major role in determining its worth. A heavily circulated 1936 wheat penny may show noticeable wear, with flattened features and a darker, more worn appearance. However, uncirculated examples that have been preserved without entering circulation often retain their original shine and crisp details. These higher-grade coins are significantly more desirable and can stand out in any collection. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because collectors often examine specific visual elements to evaluate quality. On the obverse, Lincoln's facial features, hair strands, and the clarity of the lettering are key indicators. On the reverse, the sharpness of the wheat lines and the legibility of the inscriptions are equally important. Coins that maintain strong detail across both sides are generally considered more appealing and collectible. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because certain varieties and mint characteristics can also influence interest among collectors. While the 1936 wheat penny is not widely known for major rare varieties, subtle differences such as strike quality, toning, or minor minting irregularities can make individual coins more unique. Occasionally, coins may exhibit slight doubling or anomalies from the minting process, which can add curiosity and desirability for those who specialize in error coins. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because its historical context adds another layer of meaning. This coin was produced during a decade of economic recovery and social change, when the United States was slowly emerging from one of its most challenging periods. Holding a 1936 wheat penny is like holding a small artifact from that era, a tangible reminder of the resilience and progress of a nation during difficult times. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because wheat pennies as a whole have become highly popular among collectors, both beginners and experienced enthusiasts. Many people start collecting these coins because they are relatively accessible, historically rich, and visually consistent in design, while offering subtle variations across different years and mint marks. The 1936 wheat penny represents a mid-era issue within the wheat cent series, which began in 1909 and continued until 1958. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because even though large numbers were minted, high-quality surviving examples are increasingly appreciated in the collector market. Over time, coins are lost, damaged, or heavily worn, reducing the number of well-preserved specimens available today. This gradual decrease in supply contributes to the interest surrounding coins that remain in excellent condition. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because examining it carefully can reveal important details that might otherwise go unnoticed. Factors such as surface color, strike sharpness, mint mark visibility, and overall eye appeal all play a role in how collectors perceive a coin. Using proper lighting and a close inspection can help identify these subtle characteristics more clearly. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because while most circulated 1936 wheat pennies are generally modest in value, higher-grade uncirculated examples or coins with exceptional preservation can attract stronger interest in the numismatic market. The better the condition and the more visually appealing the coin, the greater the attention it can receive from collectors. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because it represents more than just currency. It represents history, craftsmanship, and the passage of time. From the moment it was minted to the present day, it has witnessed decades of change, carried through generations, and preserved as a small but meaningful artifact of the past. If you have this coin, you are the luckiest person in this world, because now you understand that something as simple as a penny can hold stories, significance, and potential value beyond what most people imagine. It may be easy to overlook, but for those who take a closer look, the 1936 wheat penny becomes far more than just a coin. It becomes a connection to history waiting to be appreciated. Before you move on, take one last look at the coins you've been ignoring, because as you've seen today, even a 1936 wheat penny can carry history, detail, and in the right condition, real collector interest that most people never realize. What seems ordinary at first glance can actually become something meaningful once you understand its background, its condition, and the subtle features that collectors look for. That small penny in your hand might just be a piece of the past worth a second inspection. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more rare coin discoveries and hidden treasures like this. Keep exploring your collection, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the most valuable finds are the ones hiding in plain sight.